Hi everyone, I'm Karen Osborne here again, and this is video number 3 in the Getting Started series of videos. The first one was all about the blackout masks, and the second one was about colors, and this one is about the next step where people are beginning to identify colors correctly. They're getting several colors in a row, and then you want to very quickly switch them from color to seeing shapes and then identifying what are these images that you are showing them. So when they're starting to get colors, you could switch to something like this, a simple card like this, and then turning it and letting them see the letters so they can begin to start seeing letters. Often I will start with something a little more simple where I'm showing them something like this. You know, it's red, so I ask them, okay, tell me this color, and they will tell me it's red, and then the shape, and they often can sense that it's something round, and from there, what is this? Tell me what this image is, and they may be able to see that it is an apple. Here's another really simple one, a bird, and the letters are on the back. And so there's lots of really great card decks out there that you can find, and I really like working with cards for a lot of different reasons. Here's something simple. It's a clock. It's round, it's a shape, it has a color. So you begin with the color and seeing the shape. They might tell you it's a circle, and then move from that to telling you that it's a clock. This is a brick, so the person might say, oh, it's some kind of a rectangle or a block or something like that, which would be great, and they would get the color. Fire. This one, I find adults often get that. They tell me, they'll say something like, oh, I see it's like it's red and yellow and orange and it feels warm, and they'll say, is it a flame? And I like watching that intuitive process, how they get there. This is another one, so simple. So there are lots and lots of cards like this. This is another great one where you've got multiple colors to choose from, but it's a very, very simple image. And you can switch to some books like let me hold it back further, My First Shapes. So these are simple shapes and colors that I find are great. So here we are. You can see that it's very great to get the child identifying. It's hard to show you and see what here we are. So very simple shapes that you can have the child or adult identify. They can begin with the color. If they're having trouble seeing them, you can help them trace the shapes so they start to begin to perceive the shape of the color that they're perceiving. And when it comes to letters, so if you do my training or you're practicing at home or you're taking individual sessions with me, I want you to practice at home on a daily basis if possible. I know it's not always possible, but even just for a few minutes, get your mask on, start seeing some colors, because the more you practice, for many reasons, which we won't get into right now, it's a lot like anything else. If you want to master something, then you need to do it, and you need to do it a lot. And so for letters, we can work with something simple like this, where you're looking at one letter at a time, just one simple letter, or that could be on a card. But I like showing a book where a person can begin to perceive more. They can start by telling you they see this color, red or green. Some people, when you show them something like this, they'll say, I see a bird. And sure enough, there it is, a little bird there. Then you can say, tell me these letters, and they may be able to get the color of the letters, and then they'll start to get some of the letters. And so the reason I'm showing you this book is because I've taught so many kids to see and read blindfolded using this particular book. And I think one of the reasons it's so successful is because these are such simple letters, aren't they? So simple. Sans serif, nice, big, clear letters. Capital letters, I think, are even better than lowercase letters. If you can use uppercase, sans serif, nice, big, thick, bold letters that are a bright color are really good. So that's an excellent book. I've used that so many times. Here's another one. Like, isn't this great? Look at these nice, big, big letters. They're bright red. Now, if they can get those, then they can try these letters, but you can see how those are really hard to read. Like these black letters here are very hard to read. So I wouldn't suggest choosing something like that to begin with. I would use this one for these letters. And I want to show you another example that I often show people. These are terrible letters to try. They're hard. That's hard for me to read. And it's a children's book, and there are a lot of children's books that are like this, you know, where they're using highly stylized letters that are really difficult to read. So if you're working with children or adults, those are hard to read. Even something like this, it's great, it's a funny book, you know, people would really like it, especially kids, but look how this is not so simple to read. And then the contrast with this, look how simple those letters are, very simple, very easy to see. And so that's what I'm trying to get across in this video. We want sans serif if possible. You can see that is difficult to read. Even this, big letters, bright color, big letters, but they're not easy to see. You know, like there's a big difference when you look at this A here and you look at this A. It's much easier to see this A. So I know this is all really obvious, I would think to you, but I get many people who come for trainings and they have, they don't have the appropriate materials that they need to get started, and they have books that are not simple to read, and we want to keep everything as simple as possible until people start seeing well, and then it doesn't matter what you show them. You can show them things that are so tiny that you can't see them with your naked eye, but you can see them with your other kind of vision, your whatever you like to call it. As you know, I like to call it original sight, because I believe that's the way we see with our consciousness, with our heart. And it's far superior to seeing with our physical eyes. So thanks again. This was video number 3.